Good morning, campers. It's April 28th. It's kind of hazy outside. Not that it really matters to you. Not that it matters to anybody, because we're never going outside again in this age of coronavirus. But I don't want to get too dark. In fact, I want to get pretty light today. So I needed to get back into my my funk roots, but some quick extra funky funk. So check this out. All right, let's get right into it. Let's grab my writing utensil here. Did it again. Left my wallet in my pocket. And so then the guitar is like up at an angle like this. It's hard enough for me to play. Alright, let's find a funky guitar patch here. As you can tell, that's a bit of my blues patch. You know, I haven't spent much time writing any blues, which is odd because that is definitely my comfort zone. Give me a second while I tune up as usual. You know, we'll do this 7 or 8 times an hour here. Not too bad right now, you know, until I start playing. Yeah, good enough. That's the law around here. Good enough. Alright, let's work with that. Give me a funky beat. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's stick with one part. And maybe right there we have a bass line. All right, let's get that down. I think I have some ideas flowing right now. Let's get a triplet zone right now. And actually it's going to start on the 2. Yeah, it's like that. It's going to be on the 2 and the 4. The hell kind of accent was that? All right. A little F action. Let's go down an octave because we can go. That is in the range for the bass. To a C. A. G. I guess it's not on the 4. Yeah. On the and of 4. Yes, apparently. Try this up here, see what happens. I like the pops, but I also need the bass. So, as one of my viewers had said, duplicate the bass. Keep your pops in one and the bass notes in the other. And then blend them. So let's do exactly that. This will be the main bass, this will be the blend. We'll just start there. Oh, I think I'm already out of tune. better. All right, let's duplicate this out. All right, that's what I keep falling back into. So let's record a bit of that and see what it sounds like in context. Except now I come in on the 2, not the 1. Try that again. Okay, so we got a little rhythm going. All right, let's clean the ear a bit. Hey, Degent. Welcome back, man. Yes, it is. Oh, where's the camera? You got the wall on that side, and then the hammers on that side. It's a Christmas gift at some point, I think. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's functional as a coffee mug, but yeah, it's perfect for the morning. Oh, I checked out your tracks, man. I don't know if you got my message on SoundCloud. Damn. All I can say is just damn. Those some badass tracks. Everything was brilliant. And I'd love to put them on my radio stream at sophisticatedape.com. Okay, good, you got that. Yeah, even if you just like toss some MP3s like in Dropbox and just share the link with me. I promise I won't pass it out. Oh, did I not give you my email address in that? I will. I'll hit you up after this. I thought I put my email address in there. So, yeah, today we're doing some funk. Yeah, please, thank you. 'Cause I really want to get those out there. They're fantastic. That kind of fills in the middle. Let me duplicate this track and see if I can get that in there as another layer. Alright, now I got some layers to play with. I think I can just duplicate this for now. Start over here for another change. Cool. I have a bunch of tracks I have to upload, so I should upload them today, tomorrow at the latest. And I'll send you a link so you can. Well, it's a radio stream, so it's random. Here I am talking over the music. But yeah, you should check it out. It's there's some good metal on there, a lot of experimental stuff too. But I'm excited to add your tracks because it was everything that I love about. I don't want to say the new metal. Because that's specific, and I was never really a fan of it. But I guess we call it gent. But we had that discussion already. Yeah, definitely. I just received that email, man. Thanks. So where are we coming in from? It's amazing. I set out to do funk or world music, and it always winds up sounding like the Talking Heads. Give me a second while I tune up. Another... David Byrne's always in my skull. Where's my tuner? Alright, that E string is way up high. So that B string, which means the G string. And G string's not too bad. All right. Change time. I'm going back to what you were saying about switching up guitars every once in a while. Just to get a different feel. As I keep falling back into these patterns. Now, of course, here I definitely want some sort of, at least a modest modulation. So typically, right now, D minor, A minor is a good modulation. Put that down as a scratch track. See if it goes anywhere. So it's not a modulation, really. Just a change of register. Same notes and everything. Right up there. Okay. thought it might work better as a bass line. Try that. And there goes my pick. But it's going to start on the 2 again. Not on the 1. Yeah. Might not be as fast. Oh, it is. Of course, it's not right because it's funk. Everything's got to be offset. This one will be merge events. Let's make these one section. It's just my shitty timing on the guitar. It's definitely back there on the... Hey, young cheeks, how you doing? Yes, I'm still alive, kicking. Trying desperately to write something here. How are you doing? Oops. These are coming in a little too fast. There we go. That's right, Australia. Oh, welcome, man. Thanks for hanging out. I'm trying to write a little funky piece here, and I just tried to scratch my ear through my headphones, and it's getting there. I mean, I've only been at it for like a half hour, so this isn't too bad. So I've got some rhythms going, which I kind of like. As usual, I'm never in love with anything at first. It's usually much later after this initial writing session is recorded. It's much later that I fill in all the gaps, re-record, and then mix. A lot comes together in the mixing process for sure. Yeah, you guys can check out some of the previous tracks I've written at streampigs.com. There's probably about 20 tracks uploaded to Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, YouTube, but streampigs.com has links to all the playlists. I think there's 20, 21 tracks there now, probably 6 or 7 more waiting to be released. They're loaded to the streaming services. It just takes them forever to get them out. So, yeah. So for 28 days, this will be the 28th track going up. They're okay. Oh, okay, and no problem. I'm sure I'm dropping streams too. Yeah, my internet's been shitty, but I think it's my router and my Wi-Fi, not so much the internet coming in. Oh, thanks, Degen. Yeah, I mean, because I'm definitely pushing my computer here with the streaming software and the and Studio One. No, it's probably me. I can even see how many frames I've dropped. It's only 4%. It's actually not too bad right now. But yeah, it's going to be laggy no matter what. Just because of the software that I'm using. Both of them are resource intensive. I actually have to shut everything else down in order to get as many resources as I can. And where the hell was I going with this? I don't remember. I'm not sure I even care. It's just the same thing over and over again. Hold on a second. Let's kill that. I guess it's just... Oh, it's just a video that cuts out? Yeah, I don't know if there's much I could do about that except add more resources. I don't know, I could have 32 gig of RAM, Core i7, but I'm sure it's my internet connection. I'm going to try and get out of my comfort zone here. Right back into my comfort zone. Try some weird scales. Let's see if I missed anything. Yeah, that would be tough to stream with. But yeah, you're right. It is perfect for production. All right. So the odd made-up scales aren't working. Which means we go right back in that pentatonic. Maybe chromatic scale in H sharp, huh? DeGen, are you German? So, I've read that German-speaking people, they do have an H, a key in H. It's B. I think it has something to do with the way the B is written. It conflicts with another character in German. So they actually do call B H. It kind of blew my mind when I was looking at a 12th. It blew my mind when I was looking at an orchestral score, and it was in German, and it was calling for clarinets in H flat. I'm like, they're jacking with me. There's no H. Okay, so yeah, I did like that as a bass line. Let me see if I remember it again. It really was confusing. I had to look it up. I'm like, this can't be right. It's got to be a typo or something. But no, it's German. I was even reading on a message board because while I was doing this research. A guy was jamming with a German, and the German keeps telling him, no, play in B, play in H, play in H. Hey, iWise. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the shit show. Just trying to crank out some funk, and it's going. I wouldn't say it's going well. Yeah, well, this is definitely some of the greasier funk. All right, so we're back to that D. Here's the groove that I'm working on right now. We're working with. And I think about writing this as a bass line for this part. sound much better in the bass. And I probably should just go get my bass guitar, but it's too far away. It's way over there on the other side of the room. Yeah, that's what I was going for today. I wanted upbeat, in your face. The tempo's at 170. The drummer's getting down. Start with a D. Let's go start with the one. That's right. Definitely more of a pause in there. Oh, it's gonna be probably playing triplets. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, now we're on the back side of the beat, which is good. Sounds like we're going to stay on the backside of the beat for a little while. Yeah, A, G, F, G, D, C. Yeah, staying right in that C major scale, that A minor. Way to branch out. Oh, now my bass player is in drop C tuning. Let's see. Keep in standard tuning. Bring it up here. No, that's going to sound weird. Because that's how the riff starts. Yeah. All right. So then my bass player is in drop C. I don't want him to go any higher. Okay. Kind of feeling that groove. Let's duplicate that out. Yeah, I gotta admit, I like a fast funk. Comes to mind. Check out anything by Billy Cobham, Mahavishnu Orchestra from the 70s. It's going to be jazz funk fusion, but it's more on the rock side than on the jazz side. And so the drummer there, Billy Cobham, is interstellar, I would say. He's this drummer. He's playing in like 5/4, as Degent pointed out, 12/13. And he's somehow in the pocket and all over the place and somewhere out in space at the same time. And this could absolutely be one of his simpler beats. Actually, it's probably too simple for Billy Cobham, but you want to hear some fast funk? Definitely Mahavishnu Orchestra, any of Billy Cobham's solo projects. It's so much fun. Creates an interesting little tension. Gotta figure out how to count that. That's just on the one. Okay. Let's do 2 on the D, and then we'll go up a whole step for some movement. Not supposed to go up. I don't know. I'm not thrilled with that movement. Maybe it's a little too soon. Pull these guys down here. I also don't think I like the bass articulation in this range. I always adjust that during the editing session. I think that could make a nice rhythm guitar. A little hook. I'm gonna record it and see what I think of it in context. let's hear the whole thing. Go together. Interesting. Okay. Ugh. Of course, it would have helped to record all that with a guitar that's in tune, but I could hear that in the chords. That's all right. That'll be in the re-recording session. Try tuning up again. Little flat. That's a little flatter. And there you go. I gotta bring this back in for another setup. Talk to my guitar guy about it. I'm used to going out of tune once in a while, but now it's like every 5 minutes. Yeah, you especially hear it when it jumps up to the G. But that's in the real recording session. We're still writing here. Let's see what happens when we come back around. Transitions well. Probably wind up cutting this in half. Just clean up some of these tracks here, some of these scratch tracks. Oops. Not ready to get rid of it. Pull it off to the side. Pull these guys down here. I should already tighten it up. I almost feel like this is the first part. This is sort of a chorus bridge type thing. Let's just start it from the G. Yeah, it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen the other. Just keep everything intact for now. Don't need it to be doing so much editing yet. Now the question is, how do I beef this up? What about harmonizing that bass line? Do a little funk. Try harmonizing at the minor third. Let's give that a shot. No, we can dismiss that right away. All right, so that piece of shit won't stay in tune. We'll go to the keyboard. Give me some keys. What do we want? I think I want soul organ. Why not? I'm not in love with that organ sound. That's a little better. I think I'm just jamming and not actually writing. Let's tinker a bit with what we've already written. Just double the bass in the keys. Oh, that's right. It's not affected by velocity, this particular instrument. I like the way that fills in the middle. I think I want it to be kind of contrary to the bass line. What about there? I think it should go up. So let's see. Here we have a G. Do a little one-to-one counterpoint. Go back to the B, C, and kind of parallel fifths there, but that's all right. Tension note, minor third, C, come back, let's see what that did. I do like the way the line moves though. Now we're getting like kind of an 80s 80s pop vibe. No, sir, I don't like it. Unless it's the right instrument. Alto sax. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. I'm going to close this thing out without saving it. It's just a bad instrument sound. Oof. Nope. Oh, do it again. Right here. I just don't like that line. Because it is just... it's cheesy. Gotta try everything, though. Let's try dropping this down an octave. Saxophone sounds like garbage. Flaming garbage. That is a little better, a little mellower. That's just changing up the instrument, the timbre. Maybe instead of playing eighth notes, we'll expand these, where there's gaps, we'll expand to quarter notes. Get a little more ring out of it. Takes a little less staccato. Which might not be bad. Now let's harmonize these. The major third. We've gone to video game. Try the minor third. Yeah, if I was writing some weird experimental music, I'd probably love this right now. Let's try it at the fifth. Wait, what was this? That was the A. Yeah, okay. There we go. Well, actually a fourth down. No, that is a fifth down. This is a fourth down. That's a flat fourth down. Or flat fifth, rather. I was kind of grasping at straws right now. This one's going to be a struggle, but just like 27 days before this, I will get through it. But right now, I got to bounce. I got to go to the day job, which is, well, right here, just different computer programs. But yeah, guys, if you're still out there, thanks for hanging out. Well, let's give one more listen to what's been created so far, and I guarantee that it's going to sound completely different by the time it actually makes it to the interwebs. I select this part. I like the ideas here too. It's just a matter of getting the right melody. Die. All right, I'm just jerking off right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go to work and crank this out by sometime late tonight and do it all again tomorrow. But thanks for hanging out. Follow for more information, subscribe, and check out streampigs.com to hear the previous tracks that have been uploaded. Not all of them are there, like I said, but most of them for now. And you can see how this nastiness started. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later.